Hey, so I'm back to jump into the readings about the Antichrist. I shared the original video. We were doing our readings out of the revelation of Elijah. So the last video I did was, chapter 3. So now I'm doing chapter 4. So hopefully we can jump in. I want to see, these videos are 15 minutes, so I want to see how far that I can get in. So we're just going to jump in. So again, I'm reading, if you want to read along, I'm reading out of the complete 54 book Apocrypha. And this is the revelation of Elijah. The topic is the Antichrist. We're just continuing with our readings, and this is chapter 4. Okay, so let's get started. So chapter 4. The virgin, whose name is Tabitha, will hear, pause. So just in case, people watch videos at different places. The last video, chapter 3, it gave more of a physical description and a description of the signs and wonders that the Antichrist would perform. So we read and talked about that, and now this is continuing on. Okay, so chapter 4. The virgin, whose name is Tabitha, will hear that the shameless one, that's the Antichrist, has revealed himself in the holy places. And she will put on her garment of fine linen, and she will pursue him up to Judea, scolding him up to Jerusalem, saying, O shameless one, O son of lawlessness, O you who have been hostile to all the saints. Verse 3, then the shameless one will be angry at the virgin. He will pursue her up to the regions of the sunset. This is crazy. He will suck her blood in the evening. Verse 4, and he will cast her on the temple, and she will become a healing for the people. She will rise up at dawn, and she will live and scold him, saying, O shameless one, you have no power against my soul or my body, because I live in the Lord always. Verse 6, and also my blood which you have cast on the temple has become a healing for the people. 7, then, so these are the two witnesses. Then when Elijah and Enoch hear, so pause. I did a video on that a while back, but when the book of Revelation is referencing the two witnesses, it says the two witnesses, but if you read multiple other books, some books that they took out, we know that the two witnesses are Enoch and Elijah. Okay, so verse 7, then when Elijah and Enoch hear that the shameless one has revealed himself in the holy place, they will come down and fight with him, saying, are you indeed not ashamed when you attach yourself to the saints, because you are always estranged? Verse 9, you have been hostile to those who belong to heaven. You have acted against those belonging to earth. You have been hostile to the thrones. You have acted against the messengers, that's angels. You are always a stranger. You have fallen from heaven like the morning stars. You were changed, and your tribe became dark for you. Verse 12, but you are not ashamed when you stand firmly against God. You are a devil. The shameless one will hear, and he will be angry, and he will fight with them in the marketplace of the great city. And he will spend 7 days fighting with them. And they will spend 3.5 days in the marketplace dead, while all the people see them. That's Enoch and Elijah. But on the 4th day, they will rise up and they will scold him, saying, O shameless one, O son of lawlessness, are you indeed not ashamed of yourself, since you are leading astray the people of God for whom you did not suffer? Do you not know that we live in the Lord? As the words were spoken, they prevailed over him, saying, furthermore, we will lay down before the flesh for the spirit, and we will kill you, since you are unable to speak on that day, because we are always strong in the Lord. But you are always hostile to God. Verse 17, the shameless one will hear, and he will be angry and fight them, and the whole city will surround them. On that day, they will shout up to heaven as they shine, while all the people in all the world see them. Verse 20, the son of lawlessness will not prevail over them. He will, okay, now pause. I do want to pause for a second. I should have did this at the beginning, but in reading chapter 4, There's some like violent things that I'm about to read. So if it's triggering for you, I don't know, you may want to skip this video, but I just kind of wanted to give that disclaimer. Again, I want to stop and just say this is not to elicit fear. The point of the Antichrist series is to warn people for the days to, for the days to come, just so that you're aware. All right. So I just give that disclaimer. All right. Verse 20, the son of lawlessness will not prevail over them. He will be angry at the land, and he will seek to sin against the people. He will pursue all of the saints. They and the priests of the land will be brought back bound. Verse 22, he will kill them and destroy them. Oh gosh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. And their eyes will be removed with iron spikes. 23, he will remove their skin from their heads. He will remove their nails one by one. This is the Antichrist. He will command that vinegar and lime be put in their nose. 24. Now those who are unable to bear up under the tortures of that king will take gold and flee over the fords to the desert places. So they're not going to be able to take it. The people who are going through this, they can't take it. So they're just going to take gold and they're going to flee to the desert places. It says they will lie down as one who sleeps. Verse 25. The Lord will receive their spirits and their souls to himself. So they die. So the Lord receives their spirits. Their flesh will petrify. No wild animals will eat them until the last day of the great judgment. Verse 27. And they will rise up and find a place of rest, but they will not be in the kingdom of the Christ as those who have endured, because the Lord said, I will grant to them that they sit on my right hand. They will receive favor over others, and they will triumph over the son of lawlessness, and they will witness the dissolution of the heavens and earth. So these people who I guess went through some of the tortures of the Antichrist, but they, understandably, they couldn't take it all. So they took the gold and they ran. And this says that these select group of people will go, I guess, off to the desert and they will die, but Yahuwah will receive their souls. But unfortunately, they won't see the grand promise of sitting with the Christ and ruling, because they didn't endure into the end, which I mean, understandably, but they didn't endure into the end. Only the people that I guess endure in this way will see, we'll see the reward, right, of Christ's kingdom. Okay, so let me see this. And they will witness, the dissolution of heavens and earth. Okay, 29. They will receive the thrones of glory and the crowns. 30. The 60 righteous ones who are prepared for this hour will hear. That's not a lot of people. 31. And they will gird on the breastplate of the Lord, and they will run to Jerusalem and fight with the shameless ones, saying, all powers which the prophets have done from the beginning, you have done. But you were, again, let me say this. Again, this is a sign. This is a sign again and again about the Antichrist. This is what they're saying to him when they fight him. All powers which the prophets have done from the beginning, you have done. But you were unable to raise the dead because you have no power to give life. Again, he'll be able to do a lot of things, but the one thing he won't be able to do is to give life. Therein we have known that you are the son of lawlessness. Verse 32. He will hear and he will be angry and command to kindle altars. And the righteous ones will be bound. They will be lifted up and burned. Okay, so it's 9. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for chapter 4. So here's the deal. I know when I first read this, I was like, okay. I know for me that was a hard read, because it talks about the tortures, right, that the Antichrist will put some of the saints through. So it's not like a fun read, but I still think it's important, to read, because you want to read everything in totality. And it's just important to know this. Like I said, we want to know the signs. We want to be prepared. So that was chapter 4 that I wanted to read. The next video, I'll come back. If you stick with me, I want to do the last chapter, just finish it out, and it'll be chapter 5. So yes, chapter 5. And again, this is the revelation of Elijah. It's dealing with the Antichrist. I highly suggest you read it, on your own. But this was chapter 4, so we'll come back for chapter 5. Okay, talk to you later, guys. Bye.